War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next conquest. While this and countless other battles rage on, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun. This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Baron of Dice is the exclusive dice supplier for Season of War. Take a look through their incredible designs or even get your own custom dice made.
Hello and welcome to Season of War. Today we are excited to bring you another game of Age of Sigmar. My name's Jordan, joined by Ridge tonight, and we've got two of the hottest armies in the meta on the table today.
Yes, we do. We got the Gitz and the old elves, Lumineth.
Yes, sir. And diving right into things, the mission we're playing today is Border War. So there's 4 objectives on the table, and the scoring's a little different. You get 1 point for holding your own objective, 2 for each of the border objectives across the middle, and then 5 points if you hold your opponent's home objective. Now that is limited to 6 points, so you can't score beyond 6 for primary, but then the normal 4 points for the battle tactic at the end. And then for the underdog bonus, if you are obviously down in points, you get +1 to hit against units on your enemy's home objective. But that's it for the mission. Ridge, can you take us through your list?
Yeah, so we are playing a bit of a squig and trog mix here. So the list is going to be in Squigalanche, so extra attack for all the squigs. I feel like the trog herd is good, but you know, they don't really always need that healing. So the list is Scragrod as the general, and he is just by himself. So just trying to deny the tactic, and as well just not wanting the rock cuts in the general's regiment so you don't get to kill them easier. So then the second regiment is the Squig Bosch with Master Squig, and he has 20 squig herd with him and a unit of 10 bounders, and the Gobblepalooza. And then the third regiment is the Trog regiment, and that has the Dankold Trog boss, who has my trait and item, and the trait allows him to roll 3 extra dice when rallying, and then his artifact gives him -1 to hit, the Clammy Cowl. And then he has with him 2 6s of rock guts and a unit of 3 rock guts. And then I am running the Kronspine Incarnate because I don't have many casts, and Gitz actually has a few spells that you want to cast anyway. So yeah, that's the list.
Nice. Well, facing off against you guys, again, we have the Lumineth. We're bringing Techless out for the first time. We've ran 3 different lists so far with Lumineth, but first one with Big Papa here. And he is my general here because he's a War Master. So in his regiment, I've got a unit of 20 Sentinels. I've got a unit of 10 Dawn Riders, both reinforced, and then a unit of 5 Wind Chargers. I do then have a second regiment with just the Venari Lord Regent, and in his regiment is just a unit of 10 Wardens. And then for my Primal Manifestation lore, I took Morbid Conjuration. Obviously with Techless, he gets spells out pretty quickly, so nice to have 4 really good ones. And for the seasonal bonus, I'm going to give my Dawn Riders anti-infantry +1 rend, so that should help me chew through the trolls, hopefully. And with just the 2 heroes and 2 regiments, Ridge, I did outdrop you, so I do have choice of who goes first. And while there's always an argument for either option, I'm gonna give away first. Don't really want to take a destruction double at any point, definitely not early. So we'll give away first turn and go into Gloomspite Gitz, turn 1.
Let's do it.
And at the start of the battle round, I have to declare my facets of war. Because I'm running the Venari Battle Host, I get to give Power of Hysh out in addition to my other one. So I'm gonna give Power of Hysh to my Dawn Riders. And then I'll choose Shining Company for my other facet of war.
So I'm gonna put Start My Moon in the northwest corner. Okay, so we're just gonna go, I positioned to do take the flanks, turn 1, pretty common. The Squig Boss and Nasha Squig's gonna give crit mortal to the Squigs on a 2, which they get. The Gobblepalooza are gonna give an extra rend on a 3-up, which they're gonna get, so we'll give that to the middle units of Trogs. So first I'm just gonna go for the Kronspine right off the gate with the Gobblepalooza. And that is going to fail on a 6. Scraggart will go for the -1 to hit spell. Oh, on an 11, okay.
I'll try to unbind it with Techless. I don't.
All right, so that's gonna be it for my hero phase.
I will spend a command point here with Techless, and he's going to use Magical Intervention and auto cast the Malevolent Maelstrom.
Okay, so looking for an 11. Oh, I rolled a 9. All right, so then I will go into movement. I'm gonna start by using at the double with the 3 Trogs in the northeast corner. All right, do you have, so that's going to be my movement phase.
Well, I'm not going to redeploy here, but I will spend a command point in the shooting phase for covering fire with my wind chargers and shoot at your hoppers. That'll be 6 at rend 1.
Cool, 6s, I make 1.
So 5 wounds.
Trying to sneak up the flanks, the Gloomspite Gitz find arrows flying their way. But they are completely unfazed as their legion of trolls close ground with the elves.
All right, so that's going to be my turn. The only notable thing here is I measured it and I actually could have got within 6 of the edge and touched this point to score 9 instead of scoring 7 here. But then I would be within a 9-inch countercharge, and it's just not worth it with all of the mortals that you'd be doing because they're your power of fish target as well. So I'm just going to take 7 here.
Solid first turn, yeah. I was hoping that you were just going to watch 6 trolls right in front of my army. That would have been nice. But I guess either way, that'll be it for your turn, and we'll jump into Lumineth Realmlords turn 1. All right, so for my battle tactic, I'm going to go for take the flanks as well. And then Teclis is going to cast the Suffocating Gravetide on a 10. And then he'll cast Protection of Hish on a 10 as well.
Okay, I am going to try for this one with Scragrot, looking for an 11. Ooh, 7.
All right, we get that off, so we've got a nice 12-inch aura of 5-up ward save. And then Teclis is going to cast the Purple Son of Shaiish on a 10 as well.
Okay, awesome. This is going to be my second try from the Gobblepalooza, or the Scragrot. Nope, you got it.
And we're going to pop that one right in here. And then the Lord Regent is going to cast Speed of Hish on the Dawn Riders. And we'll get that off on a 6.
Okay, I'll use my Only Unbind to try to unbind this. I rolled a 9, so I'm bound.
So no Speed of Hish. Then Teclis is going to cast on a 10, Overwhelming Heat on a unit of 6 Trogs. So that's going to have their movement, and on a 4-up, yes, we'll do D3 mortal wounds for 2.
Okay, 5 board. I take them both.
And that's going to be it for my hero phase.
I will use Magical Intervention and just try to craft the Kronspine. Why not? Nope.
All right, then into movement. And that's going to be it for my movement.
I'm just going to go for the redeploy here because I could possibly deny the tactic. So let's see the roll. 4.
And then we're going to get into the shooting phase. I'm going to start off with the wind chargers going into your hoppers. We'll be on 3s and 4s. That'll be 5 at rend 1.
Yep, so I'll be on 6s. So take 4.
Kill 2 more. And then my sentinels are to fire at your unit of Trogs on the left here. I'm going to use all-out attack to balance out the -1 hit from doing the extended range. So that's going to be 14 shots at rend 1.
Very happy they're not in my general's regiment, and so I will be back to 4s. Okay, that was a really good roll, so I take 4 damage, 5 up ward. I take 4 damage.
And then into the charge phase, I'm going to go with the Dawn Riders, obviously trying to run down your rockets. We make an 11, so we get in there. And they'll deal mortals on impact for 6 mortal wounds.
5 ups, I save 3, I take 3.
Then in combat, we're obviously just going with the Dawn Riders, and we're going to use all-out attack, put all our spears into the rockets.
I might as well use my last CP for all defense.
And because they have Power of Hish, we'll be doing the mortal wounds on 5s here. So this is going to be 7 at rend 2 because my anti-infantry for 2 damage each.
You say there's a world I might survive here. So -1, so I'll be on 5s to save. I make 3, so that will be 8.
Yeah, so 14 damage so far. And then the mounts on 4s. And so that'll be 8 more at no rend.
I take 5 more there though. All right, so 19. I'm thinking they're probably gonna be toast here. Yeah, I only save 3, 4, so I take 15 damage.
Not wasting any time, the cavalry of the Lumineth Realmlords goes on the offensive, taking complete control of the eastern flank and bravely standing strong in the face of their adversaries.
All right, that's going to be it for my turn with Lumineth. We will store 3 points for primary only, similar to you. Not really going to make a play for this objective right now. But we do complete the battle tactic to score 7 points total, so keeping it tied going into the next round. And for the most part, things went kind of as I hoped. I wanted to, kind of remain defensive, deal with 1 unit, and kind of, like you, remain in a strong kind of castle. So that's what we're doing. Didn't get a lot of damage out of my shooting with the Sentinels. Part of it is you not having any rockets or units in your general's regiment means I didn't go for priority target with them, so they're a little less effective. But the anti-infantry on the charge for the Dawn Riders definitely helped me take them out. But that's it for my turn and the round.
Okay, so I'm going to first roll for the moon to see what happens before we do that. So it will stay in the northwest corner. And
then priority for round 2?
Yep.
That's a 2.
I roll a 6.
All up to you.
Okay, so I am going to take the turn.
All right, let's jump into Gloomspite Gitz, turn 2. And this round for my Facets of War, I am again going to choose Shining Company for my army, and I'm going to put Power of Hysh on my wardens.
All right, so for my turn, I am going to do Not Waver. So fight with 2 units and have nothing die. So first we're going to start with the Squig boss on Nash's Squig. He's going to roll the 2 up to see if I get crit mortals on the... Okay, rolled the 1, damn. So no crit mortals on the Squig herd. Okay, next we're going to go with the Gobblepalooza. We're going to roll the 3 up to see if I can get the additional rend. I do not. I'm going to actually spend a CP to rally the Boingrot Bounders. Should have done this last turn, but I did not. So we'll look for 4s. I'm going to roll 4, so I'll heal the wound and get 1 back. First with Scraggy, I'm going to try to banish the Suffocating Gravetide, which we get on a 9. So we'll go for the Kronspine again with Scragrot. He's going to fail. And then lastly, we'll go for the -1 to hit spell from the Gobblepalooza, which they're also going to fail. And that's going to be all for my hero phase.
I will spend a command point with Teclis for Magical Intervention and auto-cast the Suffocating Gravetide on a 10.
Makes sense. You got it. That's it for hero phase, so I will go into movement. So that's going to be it for my movement phase. So I will go into shooting. So the 3 rock guts are going to shoot at the wardens, hitting on 5s. 1 hit, wounding on a 2. So 1 at Rend 2.
Goes through.
3 for 3 damage.
Wards, we'll save 1, take 2. After your shooting, I will spend a command point here to use covering fire with my Sentinels and fire at your Trogs. So that'll be 12 at Rend 1, 1 damage.
So I'm actually out of the moon now, so I wanted my +1, so that's going to be 5s. So 8 damage, 5 upward. It doesn't matter, I make 5 of those, so I take 3. Okay, so then we're going to go into charges. So first we're going to go with the big rock gut charge.
3.
I see a 3. I don't think I could get outside. I couldn't, no. So we're going to re-roll this. This could be catastrophic. I see a 3, so no matter what, they're going to be in.
Yeah.
For 7. So the Boingrot Bounders are going to charge, and they're going to get a 6. Okay, Bounders on a 2 up, we'll do D3 for 3 mortals.
You kill a kangaroo.
All right, so we are first going to go with the Boingrot Bounders into the Ruse, hitting on 4s, 7 at Rend 1.
All 7 go through.
That's 14 damage right there.
And you'll take them out.
The Maelstrom fights next and kills a rock gut, while the others retaliate and take down the manifestation before it can explode.
End of my turn, I'm going to spend a CP to bring back half a unit, and that is going to be these ugly green rock guts.
Holding a defensive position, the Gloomspite Gitz wait for an opening in the elves' ranks before they go on the offensive, but they still keep a strong grip on the scoreboard.
All right, so pretty successful turn here. A couple fail points, but nothing that I couldn't use the CP to reroll that charge, which was big. A pitiful hero phase. I haven't got to cast the Kron Spine and then just didn't get off the -1 to hit bubble, which is actually pretty big because it's such a good deterrent, and -1 to hit is obviously great. But positioned really well, took out the Maelstrom. There was a world where I wanted to do a big charge into the Warden/Sentinels, but Jordan picked it as his 5-up Power of Hish target, as well as they have anti-rend when I charge them.
And Shining Company.
And Shining Company for -1 to hit. So for Trogs, -1 to hit, -1 attack, those are the ways you can kind of deal with them. So yeah, I decided just to play the old, stay back and stay safe game. But I am going to only score 7 points. The Bounders ended up taking out the Ruse, which was one other thing I was worried about because they could take my point back. So now I'm feeling okay because I don't think you're going to be able to get that point.
Yeah, solid turn, and you have a unit of trolls right in front of me that I have to kind of deal with or something. So we'll jump into Lumineth Realmlords, turn 2. All right, my battle tactic this round is going to be take their land, and I'm going to try and take control of this terrain piece. Teclis is going to start off by casting the Malevolent Maelstrom on a 10 again. And then the Lord Regent is going to cast the Soul Snare Shackles on a 12. And that'll proc on your 2 units of Rotguts and your big Trog there. So on the Rotgut, the big unit first for 3 mortal wounds.
Okay, 5 aboard. Take 2.
The other Rotguts take 2.
2, so 5 aboard. I save them both.
And then your Trog boss will take 2 also.
Nice.
And then Teclis is going to cast Protection of Teclis on a 10.
I will go for an Unbind here. Yes, I do.
Unbind Protection of Hish, that's not good. Then we will try and cast Overwhelming Heat on this unit of Trogs again with Teclis on a 10.
So I will try to Unbind again. Nope, you got it.
So they'll be half move again
D3.
and suffer nothing. Then with his last spell, Teclis will cast Storm of Searing White Light, and that'll just hit your 2 units of Trogs. And the first unit of Trogs will suffer 3 mortal wounds.
Hit. 5s. Take 2.
And then your other unit in the back will also take 3.
Nice. 5s. Take 1.
And then the Lord Regent will try and cast Speed of Fish on the Dawn Riders and get that off on a 5. And that's going to be it for my hero phase, so into movement. And that's going to be it for my movement phase. So we'll start off with the Sentinels shooting at your unit of Rotguts here, and we will use all-out attack.
I am going to do all-out defense to the Sentinel shots.
The Sentinels kill 2 more Trogs, then Teclis steps up and deals another 2 damage.
And then going into charges, we will charge with the Wardens. For a 3, that's going to fail. I'll spend my last command point to re-roll that. Into a 3, that's going to fail. Then we'll go with the Purple Sun for a 7.
There you go.
And that will be it for my charges. So into combat, I'm going to start with the Gravetide into your Trogs.
The Gravetide kills another Trog, prompting them to fight back and deal 3 damage to the Gravetide. The Purple Sun fights next and kills another. Then a unit of Trogs in the north take out the Shackles. Executing their strategy with martial precision, the Lumineth Realmlords stay fortified, trying to isolate and weaken their enemy as much as they can from a safe distance.
All right, that is going to be it for my turn here with Lumineth. Nothing too exciting. I do, though, complete my battle tactic. I do, though, store 1 point for my home objective, 2 for the flank objective, and the 4 for the battle tactic, bring me to 7 points for the turn. Keeping us tied. Neither of us are really eager to take that first bite and overextend. And while I didn't get my Wardens into combat this turn, I actually was on the fence about doing it to begin with because I didn't want to, put them out too far. And it worked out that you actually having 1 Trog left means he's not coming back quite yet. So we will go into priority for round 3.
Yep.
That's a 2 to your 1.
So you have the choice, my friend.
And I'm just going to give away the turn here. No need to take a double and deny myself a tactic. So let's jump into Gloomspite Gitz, turn 3.
All right, let's do it.
All right, my facets of war this turn are going to be, again, I get Power of Hish automatic, so we're gonna put that on the Dawn Riders this time, and then we're gonna go for Shining Company with everything else.
So my battle tactic is going to be seize the center. So I'm gonna start by trying to banish the Suffocating Gravetide with Scriberot.
And you do?
And I do. We're going to do the Squig boss is going to give the crit mortals to the Squig herd.
No, he's not.
All right, well, if I rolled the 1 again for that, that means that this Gobblepalooza is definitely going to give the extra rend to them on a 3+. All right, we got one of them. I'm gonna give that to the Squig herd. Gobblepalooza will cast the -1 to hit spell, and they will fail on a 4. And then Scraggerot's gonna one of these times get the Cron Spine. So we're gonna try for it one more time. I'm not gonna roll over there. Let's roll by the moon. So he'll go for the Cron Spine. I fail that on 7. Yeah, and that is going to be everything for my hero phase.
All right, I will spend a command point here for Magical Intervention and cast the Shackles on a 10 with Teclis.
Oh, really need an 11 here. Let it be known that moon was a rock, but it was a moon. Oh, so you got it.
And then that's going to proc against your 3 units of Rock Guts. So the big squad is going to take 3 mortals and be -3 to their movement.
So 0 movement? Are they actually 0?
I think so.
So 5s, I take 1, or 2.
And then the small unit of 2 will suffer 3 also and be -3.
Okay, they save them all.
And then the single Rock Gut will not be affected.
Ooh, okay. So that's my hero phase, and I'll go to movements. We're gonna spend the CP to auto-run the Trog that is in front, underneath the shackles. Okay, so that's going to be it for my movement phase, and I have nothing in shooting, so also my shooting phase.
I will spend a command point here for covering fire with the Sentinels. They're gonna have to shoot at your Squig herd. So that'll be 17 at Rend 1.
That just kills 17. Okay, so let's go to charges. Let's charge with those Squig herd for a 10. Okay, that's it for my charge phase. Okay, so first I have to do the Trog boss, +1 attack, which he gives everything +1 attack within combat range of him. I have to go first with the Squig herd before they die, so I'm just gonna pile in and put everything into the Warden.
I'll go for an all-out defense here.
The Squig herd manages to kill 6 Wardens, then the Purple Sun kills 1 Bounder. The Bounders are next to fight and take down the Purple Sun. Although I'm sure it's not the last we'll see of it, then the Wardens clean up the Squig herd. Lastly, the large unit of Rock Guts deals 18 damage and wipes out the shackles again.
And then end of my turn, I'm gonna bring back the Squig herd back here.
Getting itchy for some action? The Gloomspite Gitz meet more resistance than expected when they send their Squigs to test the Elven defenses, but the remainder of their force consolidates and takes control of the center of the battlefield.
Really good turn. Was able to do seize. I was a little worried with the countercharge. That crazy covering fire. Like Sentinels are just insane the amount of output they can do. Now I'm a 6-up save, so obviously everything that goes in goes through. But still, yeah, like just barely able to have 7. But being in Squigalanche, I had 28 attacks. So I put through 8, killed 8 Wardens, took down the Sun, and the big thing is that you just barely did kill the Squig herd. Because if you left one alive, I might not have been able to bring them back and then cover off this back flank from the Dawn Riders. So yeah, so really good turn overall. I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 +4, so 9 for the turn. So not max, but good.
Yeah, better than we've been doing so far. So taking a bit of a lead, and I'm gonna have to, obviously do something to come back. And with that ridge, we can jump into Lumineth Realmlords, turn 3. All right, so my battle tactic this turn is going to be attack on 2 fronts. So I have to take 2 objectives, one of which you have to have held. Then we're gonna start off with Teclis casting on a 10, Storm of Searing White Light.
The Squigs take 2 mortal damage and the Gobblepalooza takes 1. Then the Lord Regent casts the Soul Snare Shackles, which deal 3 damage to the Trog boss. Teclis casts Protection of Hish, then casts overwhelming heat on a unit of rock guts, dealing 1 mortal and halving their movement. Teclis then casts the Purple Sun, while the Lord Regent fails to cast the suffocating Gravetide.
So that's it for my hero phase. And that's going to be my movement phase. So we're going to go into shooting and start with the Sentinels into your large unit of Rock Guts.
The Rock Guts use all-out defense and only take a single damage, then Teclis deals 1 more.
Then we're going to get into charges, and we will start with Teclis. And he makes it on a 5. Then the Dawn Riders are going to charge for a 7. And they will deal 7 mortal wounds on impact.
You kill him?
And then in combat, Teclis's Rampage isn't relevant because you have no command points left, so I'm going to just fight with him.
Teclis kills 3 bounders, but takes 1 damage in return from the survivors.
And then I'm going to spend my last command point with Teclis to power through. And we'll deal some mortals to the bounders for 3.
Kill them. Perfect.
And then he'll get to move 10 inches.
The Rock Guts kill the Shackles again, then the Maelstrom somehow manages to kill a Trog.
And I could explode the Maelstrom here, but because you have so many wards and so much healing, I'm not going to do enough damage, and I would also potentially hit my Wardens, so...
Yeah.
That's
Jordan's not a Skaven player at heart is what that is.
As the heat of battle grows, the Lumineth Realmlords break ranks and look to put a little more pressure on their enemy, hoping to push them back to the dank depths from which they came.
So, a pretty successful turn here. I'll also score 9 points because I take both of the outside objectives, and my home one scoring me 5 points, and then 4 for the battle tactics of taking 2 objectives from you. Or taking 2 objectives. One of them had to be, but they both were, so that is very solid here. I, again, could have exploded the Maelstrom, but just wasn't worth it here. I also had to play at your home objective and to take out your shrine. Just didn't feel there was the value there because I'm potentially then giving you a really easy target to charge into and hit, where now I can kind of like play the avoidance game, and you now are in a position where you have to start spreading out, and I've been kind of dwindling your resources and just waiting patiently. So it's going to be an interesting final couple turns here as we kind of get into the later stages of the game, but let's roll priority for round 4. And that's a 6 for me.
Yeah.
And for all the same reasons as before, I'm just going to give away the turn. Hopefully I can stay safe, and yeah, we'll jump into Gloomspite Gitz, turn 4.
Let's do it. Start of the turn, I'll do all my healing, so the D6 heal, so he'll go back to full.
And for my aspects or facets of war, I'm going to do Shining Company on everything, and the Dawn Riders are going to get my Power of Hish.
So my battle tactic is going to be take their land, and I'm going to choose the
Little house.
House in the middle there. First, I'm going to try to do the 2-up to give. I'm actually going to go for the +1 to run and charge onto the Trog boss, which I'm going to fail. So we're going to go for the Great Big Hand of Gork from the Gobblepalooza. That's going to go off on a 7.
Teclis is going to unbind it on an 8.
God. You only do that once?
Nope.
Oh my God. That's so dumb. All right, well, I guess I will try for the Kronspine. We got to get it one of these times. So Scragrot will cast a Kronspine. Just the worst. Scraggy will just go for the -1 to hit spell, I guess. And he's also going to fail that. Okay, so magic not happening in this game. That's going to be it for my hero phase.
All right, I'm going to spend a command point with Teclis and cast the Shackles on a 10.
Oh, we got a Kage. We need a 6.
We tie it.
Oh.
And they're going to proc on the big rock gut unit first, but it'll miss. Onto the small rock guts. It'll do 2 mortal wounds.
2. Okay, take 1.
And then into the Gobblepalooza, it will miss as well.
So we'll just go into movement. So I'm going to use at the double on the Gobapalooza. All right, after another frustrating movement phase with the shackles, that is all my movement.
I am going to spend a command point here to redeploy my Dawn Riders for 3, but because Lord Regent is a masterful tactician, it becomes a 4.
So that's that. I did just move, so I will shoot all those rock guts. So let's just shoot the Maelstrom because I hate it. This is going to be 5s and 2s. 1 wound, -2. For 3.
It'll take 3.
That's it for my shooting phase. First charge is, I guess we just go for the big 11 with the big unit of Danks. Let's see. Nope, so that's fine. We will charge Skragrott for a big 8. Cool, okay, so then that's going to be that, and I guess I just have my activations, so I will just activate with the green trolls and fight your Maelstrom.
And at the start of combat, Teclis is going to use, Selenar's Rampage, a Spirit of the Moon on a 3-up. We get it, Skragrott can't use any commands.
Trogboss does give +1 attack to everything within 3, so just him and the other ones.
The green rock guts only deal 1 damage to the Maelstrom, which equals their output when it retaliates. Skragrott misses completely, then Teclis deals 3 damage to the Loon King when he fights back. The big unit of rock guts once more kill the Soul Snare Shackles. What a shocker.
And then end of the turn, I'm going to just use a CP to bring back 3 Trogs.
And then here I will finally decide to explode the Maelstrom. It still is going to hit my Wardens, so we'll start there on a 2-up. It does 2 mortal wounds and kills 2 elves. Then into your green rock guts in the center. They're not taking any. Your unit of 6 is not taking any. Your Trogboss is taking 6 mortals.
Okay, and he just takes all of them.
Then your Gobapalooza takes 5.
Ouch. Take 5, so we kill 2.
And Skragrott takes 4.
Uh-oh, Scraggy 4 upward. He takes 2, he's alive on 1.
Then your other unit of rockets that just came back, they'll take 4 also.
Yeah, they do take 4.
Trying to steadily wear down their foe, the Gloomspite Gitz use every tool they have to gain an advantage and stand up to the elves with maybe a little more confidence than they should.
Well, that's the turn. A lot of those rolls in the Maelstrom actually could have possibly mattered.
I mean, Scraggy takes 1 more, and I mean, you'd still hold it.
I would still hold it barely, just because I was able to get the
6 others on.
Yeah, more models on. But yeah, what's the summation of this? I hate shackles very much. I think I've said it a few times already. I've had games with Blight Kings, other units. It's just so strong against things that need to move up the board. Mm-hmm. And Teclis, we'll talk about it after, but Teclis casting an auto 10 is just wild.
Yep, not bad.
Yeah, so the turn went decently. I was able to get at least 3 and score 7 again, and just kind of take your land, and just everything's kind of just still in the middle. Now, there was an 11-inch charge here. I could have re-rolled. I could have possibly got the Kron Spine. I was thinking possibly even to get into Jordan's home point, but just the shackles just threw a botch into all that plan. Also was trying to teleport a unit. If I could have teleported a unit, I could have tried to roll a hard 9 back there. Just so many things that, like Magic, I've just been failing everything. So yeah, still fighting though, still in it, and scored 7, so can't complain about that.
Yeah, so that'll be it for your turn, and we'll jump into Lumineth, turn 4. All right, well, for my battle tactic here, I'm gonna go for Slay the Entourage and try and kill Skragrott.
Yep, he is my general.
All right, Teclis is gonna start off by casting on a 10, Storm of Searing White Light.
I'm gonna try to unbind this, because if he dies from this, then I know I lose 2 unbinds. So try for the 11. No, you got it.
All right, this is gonna hit everything in your army besides your Squig, but it will even hit your Loon Shrine.
The Gobapalooza take 2 damage, the green rock guts take 3, then the big unit of rock guts and Loon Shrine both take 2.
Then Teclis is gonna cast the Shackles on a 10.
I rolled a 9, you got it.
And we'll try and hit Scraggy. It fails. Your Squid Boss, it fails. And the Gobblepalooza, take 3.
Kills the Gobblepalooza.
Then Teclis will go for Protection of Teclis.
Yep.
And that'll be his ward save backup. Then the Lord Regent will cast the Suffocating Gravetide. And get that off on an 8. Then Teclis will cast Overwhelming Heat on your big unit of Trogs on a 10.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I hate this spell so much. Please. No, you got it.
Half move. And then I guess the Lord Regent will cast the Malevolent Maelstrom on a 6.
Okay, we're going one more time. If I don't get the Kron Spine here, I'm never taking it again. And we're gonna roll a 4. God.
All right, let's get into movement. And that's going to be it for my movement. So for shooting, I'm going to shoot with the Sentinels and aim them all at your Gobblepalooza. And we might as well use all our attack here. There's 10 wounds at Ren 1.
They're dead.
Then for charges, we're going to go with the Purple Sun. It makes it in. And then in combat, Teclis is going to use his Rampage to not let Stragrot use any commands, and that's successful. Then because I have lightning reactions, and this is the first time I've had 2 units in combat, I am going to get to activate with the Wardens and Teclis.
Okay, I'll defense the Rockguts.
The Wardens kill 1 Rockgut, then Teclis uses all-out attack and takes out Scragrot, securing their battle tactic. The green Rockguts kill 3 Wardens, while the large unit again destroys the Shackles. Then finally, the Purple Sun deals 3 damage to the last green Trog. Taking down their enemy's maniacal little general, the Lumineth continue to harry the Goblinkin with magic, arrows, and even a little close combat action, bringing them ever closer to the victory that is assuredly theirs.
That's it for Lumineth turn, and we're just doing the bare minimum of what we need to. Try not to get fancy. There was a world in which I could have rushed in, smashed your Trogs, or tried to, but you're +2 to save, could have all out defensed. There's a 5 aboard. There's a world in which I don't do enough and then get clapped back real hard and potentially give up this objective. So once you were down to 1 CP, I felt I could go there without a counter charge. So I'm just trying to screen off the objective. Even if you wipe this unit, I want to make it as tough as possible to get bodies on. And I'm on a 3-up, so I'm pretty tanky as well. With all that said, I will complete my battle tactic because I did kill Stragrot with Teclis, barely. And then I do take both of the flank objectives here, so that will be a 9-point turn, which is the first lead of the game at the bottom of round 4. So Lumineth, we're up 2 right now. And heading into priority for round 5.
Yes.
I can't see. Oh, double 1s. So Ridge, you win ties.
Oh, I was thinking that I didn't, but yeah. Okay, I actually do have a small play here. Well, not small, but I will definitely take the turn.
All right, let's jump into Gloomspite Gitz, turn 5.
So first, before the battle round, I need to roll the moon, see if it goes away. It does not, so it stays again.
And for my Facets of War, I'm again going to do Shining Company, and then my free power of Hish is going to, might as well go on the Dawn Riders.
Cool. I'm gonna heal my stuff, so the Trogs in the middle, we'll go back to full. The Trogs on the other point will heal their 1 wound. Trog Boss will heal his 1 wound, and the green Trog will heal 2. For the first time ever, I think, in the world of Warhammer Age of Sigmar 4th edition, we are doing the destruction tactic, time to get stuck in. What I need to do is pick 3 units wholly within my territory. They need to do a fight ability, and then end wholly outside of my territory. Jordan killed my 2 heroes last turn, so I have no hero phase.
All right, I will go for Magical Intervention with my Lord Regent and try and cast Protection of Hish. So I'll be looking for a 9 here. We get it on a 10.
Wow. Doesn't even need Teclis to roll the 10s. The Lord Regent will.
So we got a nice 5-up ward bubble on in this castle as well.
All right, well, I guess that's that. So we'll go to movement. That's it for my movement phase. All right, so let's first shoot the 3 rock guts into the wardens. 2 at Ren 2.
Both go through.
For 4 damage.
I've got 1 warden left.
All right, so then we go the 5 pack into the same target. And 1, Ren 2.
It goes through.
For 3 damage.
You take out the last warden.
I'll charge the Trog boss first for a 4. Okay, let's go for the other Trogs. They roll a 4. We're gonna spend a CP to roll this. Looking for an 8 to get into the sun and the home point. That's a 7, which is 1 short. So first we're gonna roll my monstrous action to give extra attacks from the Trog boss. I'm gonna fail it again. Really needed it here. So I'm just gonna go for the play. We're gonna go with the Trog boss. We're gonna go
try to whack the Sentinels, take the home objective. And at the start of combat, Selenar is gonna use his rampage on your Trogs so they can't use CP. We fail it.
The Trog boss deals 10 damage and wipes half the unit. Then Teclis fights and deals 2 damage to the Trogs. Thanks to lightning reactions, the Dawn Riders fight next, but only deal 2 damage to the Trogs.
So 2 damage for the Dawn Riders, that's a good example. Even if I was on the charge, it would have been maybe 4 damage. Good example why I didn't go for the charge last turn.
The Squig Herd is next to fight, dealing 9 damage to the Purple Sun. Then the Purple Sun, Lone Trog, and the Sentinels all fail to do much of anything. The Dawn Riders use all-out defense and only suffer 2 damage from the large unit of Trogs. Then the last unit of Trogs uses all-out attack and deals 9 damage to Teclis. The Squig boss is last to fight and puts another 3 damage into Teclis, leaving him with only 4 health.
At my turn, I'm gonna bring back 3 Gobapalooza because they will give me another hero on the board. But I will take this point and I will score 7. I'm somehow going to get the tactic that I don't think anyone would ever get in their entire lives because the Squig Herd, the Trog boss, and the 3 Trogs did successfully fight and stay alive.
From wholly in your territory
to wholly in your territory. Yeah. So we did it. The game's over. We won. I win. Obviously, when you do that tactic, you just win.
You are up 5 points heading into the final round, but you're so close to taking my home objective.
Yes, and this was my blunder. I shot the first ones at the wardens. I left 1 warden alive, which I should not have shot the second ones at. I was thinking because the Purple Sun's there, I can springboard off of that. But if that single warden was there, these 3 Trogs could have made it into him, piled onto the point, possibly could have taken the home and scored 10 there. You know, the things kind of happened, but that I was thinking about doing that, and I just
would have stopped your Trog boss maybe from getting on though. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? It's gonna be micro decisions.
Yes.
The biggest combat ever.
The largest combat of the game was just us looking at each other and doing nothing.
2 damage each.
Yeah, just wanted to fight all game, and now I just spread out pretty much just to try to block Jordan so he can't put his Dawn Riders on my point, but
I gotta figure some things out because it's an awkward position that we're in right now. So yeah, let's go into Lumineth Realmlords turn 5. All right, for my turn here, because of actually the position, I thought I was going to have a 10-point turn, but it's dicey. So my battle tactic here is going to be Do Not Waver. I think it's the best option. And we can just probably go through it quickly. I don't think spells or anything even matters. The Lord Regent has a once per game ability to use his Purest Aether Quartz to get +1 to hit, or be -1 to hit and +1 to cast. I'm just going to try and cast the 5-up ward spell with him. Warded Death that off on a 12. You can't deny it. So
nice.
That helps. I'm going to retreat out the Purple Sun. It's going to take D3 mortals for 2 and explode. Just so you can't then pile in off of it and hit my Sentinels, who are also going to retreat. I take 1 mortal wound, and then they're just going to spread out on the objective. And then in movement, I'm just going to move my Lord Regent outside 3, charge him in. Yes, we get it. And I am also going to retreat Teclis, who would take 1 mortal. Again, doesn't matter, he's just running away. So in combat, the big thing is, again, I'm going to do 3 damage, maybe kill 1 Trog, won't matter. At the end of the day, you're probably going to get to fight with 3 of them to try and kill my Lord Regent.
Yes. And I will have an all attack.
Yep, and I will use all out defense. So this is probably the last thing we need to roll.
Yeah. So the 3 of them. So I'll be 4s, back to 3s, back to 4s.
Yep.
So 6 attacks, 4s, and 2s. Can be done. We just need to hit.
The one to roll all hits. Didn't even need the all out attack.
Literally. All hits, 2s to wound, 5 at Ren 2.
So he will be on a 2-up save with all out defense.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's back to 4s.
Yep.
We saved 2 of them.
So that's 9 damage.
9 damage. This is going to come down to his ward save. So he needs to make 3 of these on a 5-up to survive.
Yes.
We make 2. He dies to the wound.
Oh my god.
And with that, that's going to be a failed battle tactic. I will only score 3 points here for primary. And I'm going to be down 2 at the end of the game.
I did definitely not think that was going to happen. How the hell? Yeah, because these 3 trogs would have got in.
There's a world in which I could have maybe done a little bit more damage or something with stuff. But again, very unlikely that I'd kill 3 trogs before they get the chance to fight. So I think the biggest thing was actually bringing Gobblepalooza down to deny Teclis, speed of hitching, moving over, piling on from the terrain. And pinning these guys so my Dawn Riders didn't have a free play. Because when I thought you were to charge them over here, I was just going to walk onto your objective for 10 points. But the main other battle tactic I had available to me was for Teclis to kill this hero in combat, which seemed pretty reliable too. But I think it's definitely not as reliable as that should have been. Barring you hitting all of your 4-ups.
Rolling all 6 4-ups, yeah, I think so too. And I could have done the spell, I was measuring it for -1 to hit as well. So I could have magically intervention -1 to hit. Teclis might just whiff everything.
But yeah, there were a few fail points. This felt like the more reliable one, especially with the -1 to hit.
Wow.
In the end, it wasn't enough. And Rich, it'll be a Gloomspite Gitz win at the bottom of round 5 by 2 points.
Yeah, Trog's OP. No, this actually is not kind of showing how insanely durable and strong they are for sure. They definitely should not have done that much damage at the end. That was a crazy roll. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm still in shock. I definitely thought at the end here, like, there was a play just because of me not making that charge to your home and getting the 10. But yeah, it shows you that there's always like small kind of things that can happen.
It's never over till it's over.
Yeah.
And even had that all gone my way and that not happened, it still only would have been a 2-point or 3-point victory for me as well. Actually, I would have scored 7 points, so I only would have won by 2. So it was going to be a minor either way in this situation. But
yeah, this was a crazy game.
Yeah.
I brought back so many. I brought back, what, 4 units?
Yeah, there was.
I think every turn I brought something back almost.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And well, big here. I never really had a play to go for the shrine outside of throwing away the Dawn Riders, which I don't think would have been a good decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stored you the objective twice there. Denying me points here because of it. So a couple big moments at the end there.
Yeah, that just absolutely wild. So from my end, I know the trogs are good. Everybody knows the trogs are good. It's awesome that you can actually mix trogs with squigs and make it actually work. So the herd are incredible. Like, for how cheap they are, the amount of attacks. I rolled the 1 multiple times, didn't even get the crit mortals, which you can see they do amazing damage, but also giving them +1 rend, just so many attacks. It's just crazy. And it helps with the bounders and stuff, giving you some mobility. So like, this is a super fun army to play.
Susceptible to getting your movement locked down, but
yes. So that was this whole game, as you saw how frustrated I was, because just crazy how good Teclis can just cast the shackles, and just Morb in general. The shackles on your turn just crippling me all game. So it was like I was just stuck in the middle, and there's nothing more frustrating than not being able to move, and then with Teclis just auto cast. It's just, wild.
Yeah, and these are 2 of the strongest armies in the game right now. Obviously, Trogs and Lumineth in general. We didn't really ever see the Dawn Rider charge besides turn 1, but with Power of Hish, the extra attack from the Lord Regent, they can just do insane damage and be super fast. So just funny in this matchup, they just never had the opportunity. We had to play it safe. It was the right decision in the end, but it just...
you whiffed huge if that was your role when you
yeah, exactly. So all in, we fought hard, both armies, and it was a good game. So can't complain about that. Tied on the scoreboard. That's what we always love. But guys, we'll wrap things up there. Hope you enjoyed this battle report as well. It was definitely a wild one in the final moments. Teclis will be back to avenge the Lord Regent and make the trolls pay, but here it was a Gloomspite Gitz win. And that's going to be it. So thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you guys in another battle report.
Have a good week, everyone.